bring you on our staff here as a GA and, kind of work from there. So I'm more than grateful, more than excited to be in this position. I'm so thankful for, like I said, Coach Harper and his staff. And so far, it's been great. We've been getting after it, finished summer workouts about a week and a half ago. Finishing this last shutdown period here, and then it's time to, get it rolling. So excited for this season, and I think we're going to do really well.
Yeah. So what have you learned so far about being a GA?
Um, just how to really polish off the skills and tools that I have. Being able to watch some of the best
Right.
coaches in the country do
Yes.
what they do. It is experience like no other. It's knowledge like no other. Being able to sit down and watch film with Coach Joy and break down the player and help our bigs develop, or being able to sit down with Coach Sam and understand her process and thoughts. When she's going through recruiting and why she's recruiting this girl versus that girl and how
Mhm.
she likes to recruit each individual based off of that their personality and background. Just being able to nitpick on things that when you're outside of the circle you don't get a chance to see.
Right.
And that's the same thing with like Coach John, and just like understanding how he does scheduling. Why are we scheduling this team versus this team, or why are we playing in this tournament, not that tournament? Just to kind of get all those little, I would say, like gems that you don't have the opportunity to get if you're not here. So that's the biggest thing, is just trying to soak up all the little knowledge that you can while you can, but also just the work that goes into it. It's glamorous to be on this side because this is what's on TV. You turn the TV on and, oh, the Lady Vols are playing versus UConn or versus South Carolina or whoever.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of work behind the scenes that,
Right.
goes into getting to that game at 7 o'clock prime time. You know what I mean? So, and, last year in my position as a fellow ball, I got to be a part of the event management process of how we prepare for getting ready for a game.
Okay.
And this year as a GA, I get to again be a part of the other side of how a coaching staff prepares for a game.
Mhm.
And that's something that I'm very excited for. It's something I've been excited for every day that we've had practice, just preparing and going in to get the girls ready to go. So those are the things that I would say I've learned so far. But like I said, we got a long year ahead, so I'm excited to learn as much as possible.
Yes, that's amazing. I mean, basketball is such a long monthly, type of sport. And so being able to kind of just stay level headed and be ready for anything at any moment, and being on the other side, seeing how much goes into each little detail. It's not like, oh, we wake up and, oh, we play a game. Like, no, we gotta have this and this and this. And so that's amazing. But
Mhm.
last question, kind of for people that want to be in our spot one day, how did you kind of form your connections and find great connections and build relationships?
Honestly, it's about just saying hello. It's about just speaking to people that you're interested in speaking to. And also some people that you may not even know that you're interested in speaking to. For me, shout out to Jordan again. She told me one time, like, she was like, you have the ability, which is very rare, to make people feel like they've known you for 5 years, but you just met them today.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, that's an innate skill that you have. It's a skill. It's a blessing from God that you have. And for
Amen.
me, I just use that to build genuine relationships. For people that I've met 4 years ago, like I still text them and check on them just to make sure that they're good and okay. And just to follow up, just to make sure I don't know, they're just smiling today or having a great day, or they're excited for their season if they're on a coaching staff. They're excited for their athletic gear if they're in sports admin. But just building those relationships and finding ways to make people remember you. A lot of people say that, it's about who you know. And I think that is, an important piece. But I think an even more important piece to that is about who knows you, because when it's time for you to get a position or for you to do an interview, you need people that know you, that will make a call on your behalf, that is in a higher position than you, that may help pull some weight for you getting that interview, or being selected for that process. So just building those relationships, and just finding great people to have in your life as mentors, and being okay with being a mentee
Right.
throughout the rest of your life. Just because you reach an athletic director position or a head coaching position, like you still should be a mentee to other peers around you or people that have been in the position you're in prior to you being where you are. So that would be my biggest advice to someone trying to find, a GA position or a full-time position is just, build your network genuinely. Genuinely build your network, and then just trust your work. Like you've put in the work to even be in the conversation for these positions. You've put in the work to be in this space. Trust the work that you put in your entire life. Your work's never going to fail you. And for me personally, I don't can't speak on everyone's beliefs, but for me personally, after I put in the work on my end, and trust my network, I leave it up to God. Because at the end of the day, God has the final say, the first say. He has all the say, really, and everything that happens for me. But I just try to play my part, do my part, and then trust Him what only He can do. So, for everyone out there, that I'm speaking to that's trying to find a position or find their next career path in life, just trust your work, build your network genuinely, and just trust, the higher up to help you along that process and pave that way for you.
Wow. Thank you for dropping some knowledge, some great gems on us. Thank you for taking the time out to be on my Zoom call today. And I wish you the best of luck at Tennessee. Go Vols, whatever.
Same to you at Murray State. Same to you at Murray State.
I'll touch you. All right.